Welcome, everyone. In this session, we're going to walk through a complete project inside After Effects, step by step, building a clean, professional motion graphics sequence from scratch. If you're new, don't worry. We'll start simple. If you already know the basics, stick around because we'll add techniques that bring real polish to your work. We begin by setting up our composition. Create a new project, set your resolution to full HD, frame rate to 30 frames per second, and give the composition a clear name so you can stay organized. Good structure is the key to smooth editing later. Import your assets, your images, videos, or logo files, and arrange them into folders in the project panel. Organization saves you time when the project becomes complex. Drag the first element onto the timeline. Let's bring it to life with position animation. Set the starting point, move forward in time, and place the second keyframe at the end. Use easing so the movement doesn't feel robotic. Already you have fluid motion, but this is just the beginning. Now let's enhance with scale and opacity. Animate the scale from 0 to full size, while opacity moves from invisible to solid. Overlap these two properties so the layer appears naturally, almost as if it's growing into place. Repeat the same technique on a few more layers, but stagger them slightly. This overlapping animation builds rhythm, and rhythm is what makes motion graphics feel professional. Add motion blur. Motion blur is subtle, but it instantly makes fast movement look smoother and more cinematic. Enable it on the composition and then on each active layer. Play back the preview and you'll notice the difference immediately. With the basics set, let's build secondary animations. Drop in a text element, maybe a title. Animate its position so it slides in from the side. Ease the entrance, then animate its opacity to fade out as another element takes focus. The trick to clean motion design is to let one element lead the eye to the next. This creates flow and keeps the audience engaged. Now we'll dive into effects. Add a glow to your highlights, but keep it controlled. Too much and it looks amateur. Add a drop shadow behind solid objects for depth. For a unified style, create an adjustment layer and apply curves to balance contrast, or hue/saturation to control color mood. These global changes help blend everything together visually. It's time for transitions. Instead of abrupt cuts, use shape layers and masks. Draw a rectangle mask and animate its expansion to reveal a new scene. Or use the trim path function to animate lines that sweep across the screen. These kinds of reveals add sophistication and keep viewers watching. For even more dynamics, introduce shape layers that act as graphical accents. Circles, lines, or abstract elements that animate subtly in the background. Give them soft movements, rotations, scaling, or gentle opacity shifts. These background details add depth without stealing attention from your main content. At this point, your composition is filling with life. Don't forget to preview frequently. Press spacebar or use RAM preview to watch in real time. If any motion feels off, zoom in on the keyframes and adjust their timing. A shift of just a few frames can completely change the feel of an animation. Let's add advanced touches. Use track mats to make text reveal through shapes. Animate the mat, and your text appears as if it's sliding out from behind an invisible mask. Try experimenting with gradient fills on your shapes. This adds color variation and richness. Consider adding particle effects or a simple background gradient to make the scene more interesting. Subtle particles moving in the background create atmosphere without overwhelming the main content. Adjust their size, opacity, and speed until it feels balanced. As the sequence grows, remember hierarchy. Highlight the most important elements with stronger movement or brighter colors. Supportive elements should move more gently and stay visually secondary. Always guide the viewer's eye toward what matters most. Now refine timing. Select multiple keyframes, shift them slightly forward or backward, and preview again. Look for overlapping motion that feels musical, almost like choreography. This step is where your work transforms from mechanical animation to smooth storytelling. Once your visuals feel complete, start polishing. Add a vignette overlay to darken the edges slightly, drawing the eye toward the center. Add a bit of noise or grain to break up digital perfection. This gives your animation a cinematic edge. Small adjustments here make a huge difference. When you're happy, prepare for export. Hide or delete unnecessary layers. Double-check that no elements drift outside the safe frame. Make sure motion blur and effects look correct. Then go to Composition and choose Add to Render Queue. In Output Module, select H.264 or a format suitable for your platform. In Output Module, select H.264 or a format suitable for your platform. Pick your folder, give the file a descriptive name, and click Render. Now you have a polished motion graphics piece created entirely in After Effects. You've learned how to set up your project, animate position, scale, and opacity, apply effects, create transitions, add secondary details, refine timing, polish with overlays, and finally export. This is the full process used by professionals to build clean, dynamic animations. Keep practicing these techniques, experiment with your own styles, and push the boundaries of what you can create. Motion design is all about creativity, and every project teaches you something new. If you found this guide useful, make sure to subscribe for more tutorials, share this with friends who want to learn, and leave a comment with the effects you want covered next. Thanks for watching, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one. Press F9 to toggle Easy Ease on keyframes quickly. Now let's add some flair. Go to Effects, Stylize Glow. Adjust the glow radius and intensity to your liking. You can also use adjustment layers for color correction. Try adding curves or hue saturation to fine-tune the visuals. Turn on Motion Blur for smoother motion. Click the Motion Blur icon on your layers. For extra polish, animate scale or opacity in secondary elements. Maybe make subtitles fade in or icons pop. Whenever you're stuck, remember, zoom in on your keyframes for more control and preview using spacebar or RAM preview for real-time feedback. Once you're satisfied, go to Composition Arrow Add to Render Queue. In the Output module, choose H.264 for web-ready format. Then hit Render, and you're done. That's it! A clean, high-quality motion graphics effect in After